Hello, Skele Vaderites and friends of Skele Vader. Today I received the Origins Snake Mountain. I'm real excited about this. Let's take a look. So I usually don't save packaging, but there's something about this iconic retail cardboard box that it comes with. I'm going to save that, but also let's have a close look at this packaging. This artwork is phenomenal, folks. I just can't say enough that Mattel, you're really doing a great job of harnessing the vintage aesthetic, the vintage energy, and giving us new artwork that incorporates characters we haven't seen before alongside familiar characters, and it's beautiful. That was the front, and then the back, of course, similar to Grayskull, we've got a photograph, and this photograph includes images of the interior and also images of many of the figures that we've already received that have already been made available through Origins. And here's some additional details on the top. And on the bottom, we've got a beautiful image here. We've got the barcode in case you need those numbers, folks. And then on the sides, additional secret, wonderful images. With Origins, Mattel has been giving us these little hints here and there of things we might be getting in the future, along with things we've already gotten. What a wonderful thing. I love that about this Origins line. So getting this massive playset out of the box is easy. You just take it right out. Nothing is really taped together. You do have a nice little plastic sleeve there to protect the front of Snake Mountain from getting scratched or damaged. I want to take a moment and offer my appreciation for this phenomenal revision of the snake that goes on the top of the Snake Mountain. It is very reminiscent of Filmation snake, and it's gorgeous. Matte green along with those glossy green highlights. And then the ultimate, honestly, folks, I think down the line, people are gonna be paying the $87 that I paid for the Snake Mountain just for this bone throne. This is phenomenal. I can't be more excited about that. It comes with very specific directions. Many of the elements that are provided in the box are described and gives you directions on how to put things together. It's easy and it's just a step-by-step process. And here we go, folks. We're gonna jump right in. All right, I've got this thing put together. It looks fantastic. Here's the vintage one right next to it. I want to take this moment, a little bit of a pause, to say thank you so much for watching. Please click like and subscribe and tell your friends about the Skele Vader channel. And if you're interested in becoming a patron, the link is right down below. So let's compare these two playsets. Obviously, the wolf head was a microphone in the vintage version. The snake head in the new version is articulated, is much larger than the vintage version. It's really a vast improvement. And honestly, I'm okay with there not being a microphone as long as we have this amazing new snake. The details are basically duplicate, except just a little bit bigger. In fact, everything's bigger except for these ledges. They have only one complaint. That is that the ledges, there's no platform there actually on the new one, but there is one on the vintage. The ledges are just as narrow. The big improvement, of course, with the new one is that there are foot pegs, which the vintage did not have. But all these details are so similar, and it's so fantastic to see a modern replica of this classic playset. So quick comparison between the vintage stickers, which on mine are sort of a mess, and the vintage details, comparing them to the new stickers and the new details. Obviously, we've got three-dimensional aspects here in the acid pool, or whatever it is, toxic pond, a better trap door, a better ladder. So many aspects in the Origins playset have been improved upon. It's really great. In fact, the throne again is spectacular, but the peg, other people have noticed this too, the peg is really in the wrong place. So Mattel, if you do a reissue of this, move that peg over to right here, because we're not going to want to cover up that beautiful skull panel that used to be the microphone battery house. The wolf head is a little bit reminiscent of the classics wolf head, although there's not a compartment inside of there. But you can put the spider underneath there, which is pretty great, pretty hilarious. Again, the stickers here are in great shape. Oh, and the jaw of the Muppet demon head does open and close. It's great that we don't have to put the stickers on. So I just want to say I usually mess up stickers, so I'm really happy about that. One of the aspects of this that is really spectacular is this sort of this acid pond with the three-dimensional demons, and you can break your figures in half and place them inside of this pond as if they're coming out or they're struggling to get out. And then you have the demons in there too. And you have this rock piece that you can put wherever you are not using a peg. It's fantastic. This delightful sort of swampy ivy sheath that comes down through that over that hole really adds a nice detail to this playset. I am stoked about this thing. Now let's get He-Man in the shackles, because definitely want to see what that looks like. It's easy. You just take his hands off and replace them once you get the shackles on, and it's really quite nice. And now I want to get these figures inserted on the pegs. Beastman's a little bulky for that one, so I put Evil in there. I'm going to have Beastman standing on the bridge. Some of these figures are too bulky for those foot pegs. I really struggled to get this Faker on this ledge. So when I do finally get him on there, he's sort of leaning off to the side. But having Web Store up there, having all the figures standing on this thing, it really is fantastic. In a similar way to the vintage playset, the Origins playset is a little small for the figures. Origins figures, vintage figures, are a little bit big for their play sets. Oh, but you got this, the articulated jaw, so you can chomp down on your heroes. But really, I have no complaints. If you want a bigger play set, you can go ahead and make one. And if you need any help with that, just watch my videos or send me an email. I'd be happy to talk to you about it. But this thing has great additional features. Listen to that. So the door hinge has notches, so it won't just swing open and close. You can keep it closed securely, and it has this fantastic trap door jail cage. So you have your hero standing here on the trap door, which you could in the vintage. It had a net before in the vintage one, and boom, there's He-Man in the jail cell. And of course you can take him out. You've got the same wolf head on that jail cell door, but you can remove this entire cell and move it over to this side if you don't feel like you want it on that other side, which I think is just a great sort of option. So Skeletor, similar to the issue I was just talking about Origins figures being a little big for this playset, he's pretty huge for this Bone Throne. So I thought I would bring in my reaction figures and see what the reaction figures look like in this playset. Now, they look pretty good standing around in the playset, but when I put Skeletor in the Bone Throne, he does sort of look like he is wallowing in this gigantic chair, which is pretty funny. But when you put these reaction figures on the outside of this playset, Very similar, by the way, to Origins and vintage Grayskull playsets. Reaction figures look fantastic on the outside of these playsets. These look great, and they fit on the pathways, they fit on the bridge. Look at Merman hiding here behind that sort of swampy ivy cave barrier. Very cool. This thing, folks, is really cool. I'm very happy with this playset. Few minor complaints, but those complaints have existed for 40 years. I had the same complaints with the vintage playset, so it's not a huge problem for me. I love the nostalgic aspects of having this playset and this upgraded playset with the spires on the top, the better snake. But since it is a little bit bigger, I did have to sort of reorganize my collection a little bit. So here I am showing you through my collection behind my desk. Those of you that watch Toy Frenzy, you see this behind me. It's now reorganized to accommodate for this play set. Now, I do want to take this moment to say a very big thank you to the patrons of this channel. Without you, many of the things that happen here in the Skele Vader channel wouldn't be able to happen. I want to thank you all for watching Toy Frenzy on Thursday nights. Thank you for watching the Weekly Weirdo on Sunday afternoons. And thank you for watching this video right now. If you like this stuff, do click like and subscribe. And if you are interested in becoming a patron, the link is right down below. Feel free to click on that for more information. I do send out special goodies to those who become patrons. And speaking of patrons, I want to send a big thank you out to Julia Honer, Carole Geis, Don Roberts, MotuOriginsCork, Rick Something, Thanos Copter, John from Figuratively Speaking. I want to thank you all for being patrons of this channel. And look at that Snake Mountain up there on the top of my collection. It looks spectacular. It's sort of like my little Matterhorn in my home. I love it. So Origins, cheers to you for making such a cool updated version of this playset. And guess what, folks? I'll see you in the next video.